to maintain normal nutrient and health. Modified diet is based on balanced diet. Treat deficiency disease if he is deficient in protein and energy. You have to include the diet in protein and calorie rich after nutrient requirement according to body's ability to use the nutrient. Example, modify carbohydrate in a diabetic diet, give rest to an organ or to the body. Example, intravenous fluids in severe vomiting and diarrhea. Change body weight. Example, low calorie diet in obesity and lose weight to lose weight. The clinical dietitian in a hospital is responsible for planning therapeutic diets of patients as per therapy means treatment. Okay, therapeutic diets of patients as per the doctor's diet prescription. The administrative dietitian manages food served establishment. The another chapter for studying the diet related is called dietetics. Dietetics is the science and art of feeding the individuals or groups under different health and economic conditions. Okay, is also based on the status of health and economic condition according to the principles of nutrition and management. This chapter is called dietetics. Okay, is the science and art of feeding the individual or groups. Classification of modified diets. The diet now in the following ways. Modifications in consistency. So aged persons cannot or children's cannot eat hard foods. So you have to modify that. Modification of nutrient content. One, the physically inactive people cannot consume more protein. Therefore, you have to modify the nutrient content. So modification in quantity, modification in method of feeding. All these things is classification of modified diet, and I have given in the table consistency of the food, normal content, quantity, and special method of feeding. All these things in a figure that you can go through. Next, another important is menu planning. A good plan is half work done. Okay, a proper planning is very important. The definition of menu planning. Planning it is self-explanated, and menu is the items that you are going to include in a for simple process which involves application of the knowledge of food nutrients, food habits, and likes and dislikes to plan wholesome and attractive meals. So you cannot develop the planning according to your whims and fancy. So you should keep all these things in mind. What are the things that you should keep in mind before planning a menu plan? The caterer who is responsible for providing meals has to decide on various aspects such as menu, serving size, food cost, suppliers and quantities to be purchased, standardized recipes to be followed, type of service, meal timings, all these things. What is the objectives or aim of this menu planning? The aims and objectives of the menu planning is to meet the anti-nutritional needs, meet the nutritional needs of the individual who will be consuming the food. Plan meals with the food cost meals. Provide attractive, appetizing meals with no single. Save time and money, minimize overhead expenditure, that is fuel, electricity, water, labor. So all these things should be planned. That is for menu. That is called menu planning. Menu planning is the most important aspect of planning and organization of food industry in food industry. It is an advanced plan of dietary pattern over a given period of time that are going to influence meal planning. Many factors influence the acceptability of meal. Customers select what appeals, most of them from menu card based on individual likes and dislikes. Budget important, popularity items important, etc. All these things matter. However, while planning meals, the following factors, some of the factors need to be considered. Okay, acceptability is one factor. Is next is nutritional adequacy. How much nutrients that you have provide in the menu. That is important. Considering considering hello.
ಸರ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಸರ್.
Okay, okay. Consideration for menu planning is to ensure that meal fulfill the nutrient needs of the individual consuming the meal. For example, if the meal is planned for an industrial worker, it must meet the recommended dietary allowance for the age group. Food groups should be included in each meal so that the meal is balanced and nutritional adequacy. Number one is acceptability, number two, nutritional adequacy, and number three, economic consideration. So you should keep in mind the meals have to be planned within the budget is important. Type of food service. Menu should be planned in relation to the type of food service, whether it is a cafeteria, seated service, buffet, etc. All these things should be considered. Equipment and work space. The menu should be planned keeping the availability of equipment and workspace. Dining hall is there, table and utensils preparing for those things, and uh, equipment for working space. All these things should be considered. Then another important item, that is leftover food. An effective manager should consider as to how to leftovers could be rotated to obtain maximum profit. Adequate storage space and hygienic standard should be ensured to minimize the risk of contamination and spoilage of food. So food habits of the Customer is also important. Food habits of the customer is another important criteria which needs to consider as food served as to be acceptable to the customers. You should keep all these things in mind. Food habits of the food habits of North India is different from South and North Karnataka, South Karnataka, Bangalore, Mysore, all these like that food habits. So should keep in mind. So availability, some of the fruits and vegetables are seasonal that is not available in all the seasons should be given preference. Regional availability influences menu planning. For example, fish and seafood is fresh in and cheaper in mind. So meal frequency and pattern. The meal timings and number of meals consumed in a day, whether meal are packed or served at the table, also influences the selection of food items on the menu, the head activity level, physiological state, work schedule, and economic factors need to be known before planning meals. For institutional catering is another area. So variety is the spice of life. If more variety should be included, that is the intelligence there. That intelligence is required and is also scientific one. This is one of the most important consideration while planning meals. A variety of foods from the different food groups should be included. This is the guidelines. So planning balanced meals. Meal planning involves proper selection of food, ensure balanced meals. So food groups help us in planning balanced meals. We supply all essential nutrients. So essential nutrients, see you take any food, the nutrients are from carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamins, and minerals. We should comprises all the five nutrients. Okay. Then the three main functions performed by food are providing energy, body protection. Already told you. On the basis of functions performed, food is classified into the following three groups: protective, body building, energy giving. So steps in balanced meal, steps in planning balanced meals. Collect the information regarding the customer with respect to age, gender, physical activity, religion. Religion, is important. Socioeconomic background, food habits, and check the RDA of energy and proteins. Prepare food plan, that is list number of servings, how many servings required from each food groups to meet the RDA. Decide the number of meals, distribute servings for each meal, select foods within each group and state their amount. Plan a menu, cross check to ensure that all food groups are included in requisite amounts. Using the above steps, plan a balanced diet for a day. So that means to say that why I am giving all these guidelines. If you follow all the guidelines, you will be getting nutritious and recommended meet recommended dietary allowance. So it is depends upon the how much efforts that you have paid in planning the right? And use your intelligence guidelines. So all these things made based on the a group of scientists, nutritionists, and number of institutions involved in developing these guidelines and regulations. So one should maintain at least what is the percentage of the guidelines that you have followed is very, very important. These rules can be applied in every walks of life. Okay. Therefore, it is an important guidelines. If you maintain at least 80% of the guidelines or menu planning, you will be obtaining you can meet the recommended dietary allowance developed by the institutions. Accordingly, your health status. You should go through once again the guidelines and recommendations. Try to plan a balanced diet for a day. Okay. With this, I have stopped this topic that is balanced diet and modified diet. That I have given some of the related literature already. It is there in your hand. You can study well, go through well, and observe the important techniques and steps to be followed. All these things. Is there any doubt you need to understand? You can ask now, or else note down some of the questions that you have not understood. You can ask in the next class. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay? Uh, See you. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Hi,
Bye.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Bye, sir. Be safe, sir.